culture menu.
Does she say that she wants another pup after him, or probably not?
She hasn't said that,
Oh,
but I can only imagine because
she's a dog person.
she's a dog person, and
But also, she's not home like she usually is either.
right. So
So
I
she
think it would
might be
also
easier
be
for her.
contingent on if she's gonna be home more often.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Man, so let me get back to what I was saying about. And I noticed it yesterday because I listened to a podcast. You know, PBD, Patrick Bet David.
Okay.
So he has a podcast, and he has a guy that comes on every now and then, Mr. Olympia. His name is Phil Heath. He's a like 7-time champ, 7-time, maybe 4-time. And then he had a guest on named David Harris Jr.
Okay.
You know who he is?
Nope.
Okay. So Phil Heath, David Harris, and there's another guy who's not involved. His name is Elliot Hulse.
Okay.
He's a guy I used to follow like years ago. He's like a strength training dude.
Mm-hmm.
But what all three of them, if you put them in a room, they all look like they could be brothers. All light-skinned dudes, short hair. Well, 2 of them are bald. One has like a short haircut. But what I did notice is all 3 of them are conservative black men. I don't care that you're conservative, but it's like they're like almost anti culture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mad strange, right?
Okay.
And then so
Anti-culture.
I was like, that's super weird. And like each one of their last names starts with an H. Heath, Harris, and Hulse.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's so strange to me. And it's something I thought about, not the last name thing, but something I was like, man, like guys that look like that for whatever reason think like that. And then yesterday I just happened watching the podcast, and I was like, what does this guy look like? Because I was listening to it, and I was like, what does this dude look like? Googled him. I was like, oh, cool. So I don't know what it is, but I was like, I don't know why. And I know it's not just light skinned black dudes, but like,
No, it's not. Because I was literally just thinking that. I was thinking about that guy who does uncomfortable conversations with a black man.
mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, what if he did uncomfortable conversations with a black man, like an average black man? Because the way he presents himself is khakis, a sweater. You know what I'm saying? He rides the line of,
It's a YouTube show,
but like
right?
it's a black man that's like doesn't make you uncomfortable if you were white.
He's safe.
He's safe. So I was just wondering how the show would be if he was with an average black man. I bet you they wouldn't look like that. They wouldn't talk like that. And they could still get off the same points.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Like if the show would be the same. Would people still be willing to have a conversation with him if he looked like an average black man? Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kind of took it to the right. But it did cross my mind when I was literally turning onto the street.
Yeah. I mean, attire plays a big part. 'Cause that's like the first thing people see when they look at you, right?
But why?
Simple. I mean, Bill Burr has a good joke about it. He's like, nothing terrifies me more than a black man with dirty shoes. You know what I mean? It's just like, and Grandma Dorothy, when I was a kid, she's like, always make sure your nails are clean and your shoes are clean.
Yeah, you can tell me that all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, I get why his outfit puts people at ease.
Outfit?
His attire.
Okay, you said outfit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get why his attire puts people at ease. He probably dresses that way to put people at ease.
Right, but then it's not an uncomfortable conversation.
No, the conversation is still uncomfortable, but I think he's saying, let me try to be like as offensive as like, not offensive, like, how do I put it?
Yeah, on their side.
I think he's trying to like, yeah, like.
But that's the thing, though. It's not, for me, then it's not an uncomfortable conversation with a black man. Because you have to have it with an average person. And that's not an average black man. When you see him.
No, he's like an ex-NFL player. He's somebody.
And I'm saying, we have so many people that dress different that have just the amount of intellect he does.
Okay.
But it's just interesting to me that in my head I said the attire makes the show.
I guess I've never like looked at it. I've never seen that many episodes either, but I wouldn't say that his attire really caught my attention.
So you think that Matthew McConaughey still would have went on his show if he dressed like Lil Baby or Da Baby or any baby out there? If he dressed like Lil Wayne, still had the intellectual conversation, would Matthew McConaughey still join and have that conversation? No.
I don't know that to be true.
Okay. All right.
Because I think at the end of the day, like if we're talking about that show specifically, you're going for the content of like what the conversation would be, not necessarily like what the person looks like. So it's like, I'm sure people going onto that show, whoever's telling about the show isn't talking about the guy's clothes. They're probably like, you're going to have a good convo about this, that, and the third.
But I'm sure they look at it.
Maybe, but what I'm getting at is like once you're in the room with that person, I don't think you're gonna like not have the same conversation because of what he's wearing. I don't think clothes have anything to do with it, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right.
I think like him, like
But you also said that your attire is one of the first things you look at.
Yeah. But I'm talking about his show specifically. Like
Uh-uh.
I don't think people are coming on his show, not coming on his show based off of his clothes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm saying.
All right. It's fine. I just whatever. It's great. Happy for him. Great. Everybody's black. Everybody's uncomfortable. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right. Guess what? Guess what's happening this week?
Well, this week is the second week of September.
It's the second week of September. We are on episode 32.
Episode 32. Gang, gang. That's
gang,
my
gang.
age.
Bow, 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 bow.
I just turned 32 this year.
You just turned 32 this
Couple
year.
weeks ago.
That's crazy. You did. Yeah. We're 2 weeks apart.
Today the 7th? Oh, the 8th. Let's say exactly a month ago.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, hey, man. Throwing up over there. Throwing up ribs.
Shout out to 32.
Shout out to 32. Guess what came out this week? You know what came out this week.
Talking about the Drake album?
You already know what came out this week.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
The fact that you didn't even say Kanye lets me know.
It came out last week.
Was it? I thought it was like days apart. I thought it was like 3 days apart.
Not the same week, though.
Okay. Sure. How'd you feel about it? Did you watch it? Did you listen to it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You listened to it from...
I've listened to it about 4, 5 times, 6, 7 times.
Okay. So then I guess my answer's answered.
Mhm.
I mean, my question's answered. Did you like the album?
Yeah. I like Drake's music.
Do you remember any specific song that stuck out to you?
Knife Talk.
Knife Talk. Whoa.
Uh-huh.
That seems lit.
Get with the witch up. Got hit you up.
Okay.
Project Pat and 21 Savage.
Ooh, Project Pat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a hitter to get Project Pat on it.
That's why it bangs.
Hey, and 21 Savage?
21 Savage.
Ooh, I like 21.
He said shout out to the
21.
F-150s.
Okay. So did you listen to Kanye's album?
One time.
Ooh.
And it was like a quick like I listened to like a minute and a half of every song and just go to the next one.
Oh, so you couldn't wait to be done.
Kind of, but it's also like I was on a drive, so I was like, let me see if I can get through this album before I get where I need to go.
You were committed to being finished.
Yeah, like it didn't. No song I stuck around for.
Got you. So there was. So that means that
I was ready to turn each one when I did turn it.
So the first minute and a half was dead for each song.
Not dead, no. But it's just like it wasn't hitting for me. Plus, I heard Kanye's before I heard Drake's, so it was just like I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm glad to release. It was underwhelming. I think what happens is, right, the hype of the album, he's living in a stadium. You're like, oh, this got to be something. It got pushed back several times.
He's having listening parties every week.
Right, but it's like every time it got pushed back, my interest got lost a little bit. And then so it finally comes out, and you're like, yeah, you know.
Hey, I ain't even going to hold you. That's exactly what happened with me. I'm already off Kanye, right? So it's like, to just see all the extra stuff with it. It's just like, oh, some more Kanye.
I think that's what it is. It's like, if he literally was quiet and dropped an album, I think the reception would be different than him doing all these, not that he's doing it on purpose, but like all these antics that are put on before his album release. Like Drake was quiet low-key about his album release.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. So you didn't have much expectation. Like your expectations weren't maybe through the roof.
Right.
Where, like, you know, Beyonce dropped it out of nowhere. You had no expectations. You're just like, I just take it because it's here. But again, I think that, I guess Kanye had a better, if you compare the two, I think Kanye is like number 1 and Drake's number 2. Album sales.
Oh, okay, sales, because I was talking about streaming.
But Drake broke a record. He broke his own record. So before, when he dropped Scorpion, he had a record for like most streams in a day. And then with this one, he broke that record, but he still, I don't think, beat Kanye in regards to like whatever.
Album sales.
Yeah.
But does that even matter anymore? Because like when I hear album sales, I'm like, people really buy albums?
I don't know that it's album sales. I think it was like streams.
No. Because you're saying.
Yeah, hold on. I don't want to
no.
be confused. So I know that on like so basically it's like on the day his album came out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, between track 1 through however many, like it got that many streams.
Okay. So you're saying he didn't beat just that day he beat him on streams. But overall, you're saying Kanye probably won. That overall Kanye had more streaming time or streams.
Yeah.
But that
on
day,
the day of the release, Drake holds the record
Drake
for
did a
most
record.
streams in a day.
Right.
Yeah.
So
release day.
Kanye didn't have a record the day he released. Is what you're saying. Like he didn't hit a record like a streaming record. He was like, oh, you most streaming today. Got it. But it was also prolonged. People probably already heard it. Some people were like, I'm not, whatever. But what was the good point that I was gonna bring up to you? Oh, Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz on the Brilliant Idiots. I love that podcast. I really do. I don't know what it is.
You weren't used to. You used to be like, oh, Andrew kind of.
Yeah, but Andrew's grown a lot. Andrew's learned to shut up, and he's learned to like not take it too far anymore. You know, and I love the balance that Wax brings. For some reason, I feel like Andrew's a lot calmer. You know, he's still crazy, but he brought up the fact that Kanye's album had more songs and longer songs, and Drake had less songs and shorter songs.
Okay.
So which one gets you better streaming analytics? I don't know.
I don't know if it's like minutes listened to.
Right. Because if it's minutes listened to and you listen to the whole Kanye album, you just got double. He got double the streams as
Pretty much, right?
Drake would have.
Yeah. If you and I push play at the same time for the two albums, you'll probably if I'm listening to Drake, listening to Kanye, yeah, you'll probably be done twice as long as before I am, or twice.
Sooner than you, like half
no,
the
if
time.
I'm Drake, you're Kanye. My album's
Drake,
gonna be
Kanye.
My album's gonna be done, and you'll still be listening to yours probably twice as long as I was listening to mine.
Right, so they'll get more streaming time.
Right, by default.
By default, but does that add up to streams? Is it like per song, per?
Yeah, I don't know what counts as a stream, right?
Yeah.
How long do you have to listen to it to count?
Right, and can the per stream be on the same song?
Like if you just keep repeating a song over?
Like if you continuously listen to a song, like if a song's per stream is like 1 minute and there's a 3-minute song. I mean, I don't see how that would matter.
No, that's
that
just
would,
one
that would
stream.
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that
But then you get more streams. Okay, so Drake would get more streams and Kanye would get more streaming time on whatever the flip of it is. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you listen to Drake's album twice, which is only one of Kanye's, you'll get 2 streams out of Drake,
right.
1 out of Kanye. So whichever one it is, they're trying to figure it out.
Because I mean, yeah, streaming is a new game. It's a new, and you can finesse it still.
Exactly.
I mean? It's a Wild West kind of situation.
And no one really knows the rules to it yet. You know, if you ain't Spotify or Apple, you don't know shit.
No, it's like the rules really aren't created until something happens. Like, oh, okay, you can't do that again.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like, try it.
Try it.
Yeah.
I know Justin Bieber has done some crazy stuff with streaming, which is always dope. Okay. Also, since we're talking about music topic real quick, Ray Vaughn. I sent you his freestyle.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you watched it.
I watched it several times.
And then you sent me the next day him freestyle, and I was like, does he not know I sent him Ray Vaughn the next day? And so, yesterday, and when I went up and saw you had a thumbs up, I'm like, oh, shit. I must have missed it.
Must have.
But Sonny.
I sent you another freestyle.
And I was like, he's tough. And I just found out he's part of TDE.
Oh, yeah. They talked about it in that freestyle. He had a TDE chain on. And at the end of it,
okay.
He was like, I was going to ask you about that TDE chain, but after that freestyle, I have no questions. So I get it.
Okay. I didn't listen to like conversation. I listened to the freestyle.
Yeah, you like that.
I don't like to be.
You don't complete. Not that you don't complete. It's like.
Okay, calm down.
No, it's just like, I'm like, hey, you hear the end of that episode? You're like, nah, I cut it out since I started talking.
Because if I get the gist of it, gist or just?
Gist.
What?
Gist.
I.
If
I get the gist of it, then I get it.
Yeah, but you miss an important fact that he's part of TDE.
I guess. But yeah, once I started looking him up a little bit, Ray Vaughn. Ray, two words. Yeah, I was just like, he's dope. I think we should put people on. He seems like an LA native, I think. So if you, I don't even know how much music he has because he seems very, very new. But check him out, Ray, R-A-Y, and Vaughn, V-A-U-G-H-N.
You know you sent Ray Vaughn, but when you sent it to me, I was reading Raheem Devon.
I knew it.
I was just like, why does it sound so? But I was like, that's not him. And so I was like, yeah, he's somebody different. But nah, it's like he doesn't waste a single bar.
Sonny,
like everything he says is sharp. There's someone else that you haven't. I may have sent it to you. It was a white boy, young, got signed by Snoop. His name is Rax.
I swear, you're the only person that sent me white people.
It came on my feed.
I'm just telling you.
It said signed by Snoop. But look, have I not been hitting?
I don't know. I don't watch him.
Jack Harlow's out of here.
Jack Harlow, fine. This guy. Fine.
Yeah, so I think you and I both have good music taste.
Sonny, but for some reason, all of yours are like.
Not all of mine. It's just that if there's a white rapper, I'll let you know about him. He got signed to a black artist. So what are you talking about?
But I can name 3 off top right now that you've sent me.
Well, why does it matter?
Because
That's what
I
I'm
don't
confused
know.
about. Why does that
Because
matter?
I feel like you send me more white rappers than anybody.
What are we talking
Like
about here?
than sending me anybody.
I send you rappers.
Okay,
Shit.
okay, all right,
Send
whatever you
rappers.
say. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you.
And
if you
you
feel
know what
like
it is?
that.
The only reason I send you those, like, there's other people I've seen that I just haven't. The only reason I send you those is like, oh, like, I believe this person's probably gonna pop. That's why I send it to you.
Okay, whatever.
What the hell you want from me? What about Toby and Wigway? I put you on to Toby. Leave me alone.
All right,
Yeah,
fine,
all right.
sure.
But this dude Rax, man, threw me off.
What's his name?
RAXX. Rax?
So it sounds like
What?
racks,
Rax.
like money.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a white dude from like the South. Like he's a little. The first one I saw, he's like a little dirty ghetto white kid, right? He grew up in the trap probably. He got like a little couple silvers in between his teeth, and he looked a little grimy.
Probably.
But that was like 3-4 years ago, and then because I just watched all his reels, and all his reels were like 30 seconds to a minute, and he's just like going off top. Homeboy dude can spit really well. And I was like really impressed, and so I did not send it to you.
I don't know. You might have, and
just
I
been
probably saw what it was. I was like, nah.
Only reason I gave it any attention is because they said he was signed to Snoop, so I was like, well, he's got to have some kind of talent. Rax, RXX goes in. Go ahead, you gonna listen? Give it a listen.
No, but I don't even want you promoting that on here. Like, chill.
Fine.
No, I'm saying you are.
But he's part
which is
of
fine.
the culture. He's a white dude who's in the culture.
I don't know if that's an argument we should have.
Why not?
Okay, this, you know what? It's from history and experience. And just like how or I could just speak for myself, how I used to think MGK was for the culture. And look at him now.
Right.
I used to think Logic was for the culture. And look at him now. And it's just like continuously we see that they're for the culture in the moment. Look at Post Malone. We thought he was for the culture. And look at him now. So I don't know, like.
We knew he wasn't for the culture when Charlamagne asked him.
They said, what do you do? What do you do for black people? And he was like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
In that moment, he switched up, right? So I do think that people probably, it's not that they come intentionally trying to like disrupt or fake it, but I think they're just like, okay, I'm into hip hop. I think I can rap. But then they get involved with it and they're like, okay, it's deeper than me spitting bars, right? I think it's like if you're going to be a rapper in the culture, I do believe that you should probably participate or do something for the culture.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But how you were just so easily to be like, he's part of like the culture right now. I'm
right
just
now.
like, right now, but like right now, like, you know, I don't know.
He
I
might
just
be here forever.
I just don't want to give any more.
Eminem's he's always around. He's been here forever. He ain't going nowhere.
Sonny, Eminem lives in the goddamn sticks of goddamn nowhere in a farm.
So okay, look, what I'm getting at here, like,
but what
everyone that there's a pinnacle that you reach as an artist, right?
All he gave us was 50 Cent.
You kind of do Dr. Dre. He put on everybody, but he's out the loop. Snoop Dogg.
No, Dr. Dre is not out the loop. He has Kendrick. What are you crazy? Eminem, the only person.
What I'm saying is, you're saying that Eminem is like out in the boondocks by himself, living away. I was like, yeah, all these other people that are at the same level are distance themselves as well. Black dudes.
Oh gosh, this is a crazy.
What
This is gonna be a deep conversation because what I'm saying is, yes, Dr. Dre has money. Yes, But like, he's still in the culture. He still participates. He still gives us music. He still gives us artists. He still all of that. Eminem don't.
Who's the last artist Dr. Dre gave us? Kendrick.
Right.
15 years ago.
Sonny, shut. Ago. Oh, come on. Corday. He's put a lot of these people on. Are you crazy?
I don't know.
Okay, well, who has Eminem put on?
D12.
Sonny, I'm going get away from me. That's what I'm saying. And once Proof died, that was shot to shit too. So I'm just saying, like, all of these white people have let us down that wanted to join and be part of the culture. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not gonna give him any.
Who's that?
This Rax guy.
Oh, he'll be around.
No, I'm sure, but he'll also let y'all down too. So you guys be part of that.
Down.
Oh, okay.
Because I can care less.
Oh, that's the problem.
What's the problem?
Why don't you care?
Care what?
Okay. You don't care.
And then dip?
Yeah.
That's life.
Whoa. Okay.
That's reality.
All right. You know what's also something else you said that was crazy?
What?
And we talked about it last week. It was the New Orleans thing, right? And you were like, oh, why don't they just move?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I tell you.
Hold
no.
on.
Hold on.
It.
Oh,
hold
okay.
on.
Sonny. Okay, listen.
You know
no. Let me
when
talk.
someone repeats what you said, they always put in a tone that you didn't say it in.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to rehear what we talked about on episode
31.
31, it's in the beginning of the episode. The first
you probably
topic,
put it
we
there.
talked about New Orleans and Hurricane Ida and how it was affecting them. And Sonny chose to say that he
They
didn't
should've
understand and why they haven't moved yet. Cool. That's a good question. It's not a good question. But yesterday, I went to a shop, and I was talking to this woman behind the counter. She's probably in her 50s, 60s. And somehow we got on New Orleans. I said, where are you from? She said, New Orleans. Then we talked about the whole thing, and I swear, son, I didn't even say anything. I said, oh, man, sorry for that. She goes, yeah, and a lot of people always ask, why haven't we moved? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We should just move out of New Orleans, and we're done for that. And she was like, but my family has been there since the 1600s. We came from Spain. Sonny, I literally, if I could have dropped a mic there, if I could have called you, because it was just like
They don't believe
someone
in change?
from New Orleans said exactly what it is. And it's history, it's roots, it's ancestry, it's all of that. It's connection. And you minimized it to like fucking a house. Like, just move. Like, I don't know. It was just interesting. So I just had to bring that up because the 1600s,
Okay.
her family's from the 1600s. Why would you move?
Okay. Change.
All right. And we don't have to
Evolve,
go back
evolution.
into it.
We
I was
can.
just,
We can.
the fact that I heard it from someone
Who lives
of,
there.
right.
Totally hear you.
So I was just like, damn, that's
Totally hear you.
the first thing. I didn't even say it.
And I would say, and I would just simply say, okay, well, it doesn't bother you that you keep having to restart. Yeah, no, it's okay because it's our history's here. We don't mind for sure.
Okay. Great.
You could just the same way that they're okay with staying there, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like,
All right. You don't understand it. And that's I
I
get it.
understand totally.
Okay.
There's a deep history. Her family was there since the 1600s,
Mm-hmm.
slave days, all of them.
Uh-huh.
She's probably tied in. She's probably Creole. She probably got them.
Damn.
Yeah. never
Well,
mind.
I mean, we don't have to go back into this conversation. I was just
Why not?
because I don't want to. Because
Why
I feel like
not?
we're on two different.
But we're having a discourse.
I feel like we're still in the same places we were last week, both mentally.
Mhm.
So like,
You
there's no
brought new
point of.
information to the table.
I brought new information that you have no.
It's not
I'm not gonna
convincing.
say sympathy for, but you don't. You
I have
still lack
sympathy for
understanding.
everyone that's affected.
Yeah, but you still lack understanding for the people that stayed.
No,
And so,
I totally understand. I understand,
oh, okay, you understand.
but I don't.
So then there's nothing for us to talk about. I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Are you moving there?
No, my family's not from there. No, I'm not.
Oh, no. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
But yeah. Oh,
It's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, stuck in a mind state.
Sonny, okay, we're gonna move on, but we're gonna lead off of crazy. Crazy is that Michael K. Williams has passed.
Mm-hmm.
That we lost a legend.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually, it's so interesting because it hurt. It was like, I was shocked, first of all. And it was like one of those moments where you're like, oh, shoot, we had a legend and we forgot. Like, we didn't appreciate him in the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought he was different. Like, I always was like, yo, this man right here is doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was taking roles that no one was. He just recently played a gay man. You know what I mean? A gay black man, right? In Lovecraft County
I didn't watch it.
country. But I mean, that's not a role that.
He played a gay man in The Wire.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He was a gay gangster. That's why everyone loved his character.
Okay, but still, it's just interesting. He's always done something. He's always pushed the culture forward, or done things that not the average person would do, and he's always been very active in, I would say, the culture. So I was just saying, like, that's sad. I was sad. I'm still sad. Rest in peace. Just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
R.I.P.
Oh wow, you have nothing to say?
No, I'm.
You have a chicken shit grin, and I'm scared.
No, I'm sad that he passed. This weekend, a lot of people passed away. A lot of there was like 3 or 4 comedians that passed away or that got hospitalized.
No, 3 died.
Okay.
1 was hospitalized. A white
Okay.
woman. She
Okay.
made it.
And there's this, but it's weird. I don't know the guy's name. His name is Fu. F-U.
Fuquan.
Okay, I don't know him, but like comedians across the Akash Singh
Mhm.
on Andrew Schultz's
Mhm.
podcast, Chappelle Lacey
Mhm.
from Fighter and the Kid, and you remember Holly used to go to high school with?
Mm-hmm.
She posted like they were friends,
Mhm.
and so like it's just so weird because like so many different people knew him,
Mm-hmm.
and they all were like he's the coolest, most warm, accepting dude. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the fact that people want to say like what happens is like, you know, when you die from an overdose, people want to categorize you as an addict or
minimize
something, right?
Yeah.
But they were like, nah, like he was far from that. Like if anything, maybe he did it just to try it or
Right.
to hang out. But
Yeah.
like they were like, he wasn't even that dude.
Right.
And it sucks that the bad sheet got him.
Yeah.
But I guess like, you know, like they're damn near mass producing these drugs, right? And like China is putting these like chemicals in it to basically make it
Fentanyl.
stronger than what it usually is,
Yeah.
but in cost less.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Drugs is crazy, especially in today's market. I wouldn't say market, but like in today's age, drugs is just like, nah, you can't trust that shit no more. It's not. This is not the 50s and 60s when you could just pop a mushroom in your mouth and be like, I'm gonna be fine, you know. So I don't know. Just everybody stay safe. Rest in peace. You know, love to all his family.
yeah,
You know, but
summer's over.
summer's over.
You want to know on the subject of summer? You want to know one of my favorite videos? Never even. You probably don't know because I never even
Okay.
talk about it.
I was gonna say.
But not necessarily song, but videos
Mm-hmm.
is "Feels Like Summer" by Childish Gambino. That animated video where he has like
okay.
all those
Yeah.
people in it.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody
You just
in
walking
it.
down the street cruising.
Yeah, and
yeah.
like yeah.
Mhm.
I love that video. Creative.
Yeah, Childish Gambino. Let's just give him some kudos because that dude is creative.
Yeah.
From comedy to
Yep.
movies
Yep.
to music
Yep.
to just life.
He's a creative.
He's just a creative and cool dude. You could just tell he's a cool dude.
He was created by the creator to create.
Okay. Sure.
Remember that. Well, we all are.
Yes, we are. Oh, I was giving you a moment. I wasn't sure if you were gonna elaborate or what. I
Oh,
didn't know if you were having a
No,
moment.
man. I just think that everybody is put here to create something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But unfortunately, like life gets you caught up. And
Or is that the plan? You know, like when a child dies, sometimes I'm like, that child was here for, let's say, 6 years. They made impact, and they will after.
Right.
And that might have just been their journey.
True.
You know?
True.
So
100%.
I don't know.
Meaning you're saying everything happens for a reason, right?
Right.
But then it's like, if you're like, well, if God is this person, right, why would he have a child die?
Well, because maybe it's actually not bad. Like, they make death bad. They make death dark. They
Who's
make
they?
just society, right? You think death is the end. You're like, oh my God, you know, how can I keep from dying? So, but maybe none of us have ever talked to God. I would say like face to face, whatever. So you don't know. Maybe to him, death is like a level up,
Maybe.
you know, and maybe it takes other people to time to graduate to that. Like, we don't know in this life.
No, we don't know.
So
We can just speculate.
yeah, so maybe the 6-year-old dying was like, could have been saving that child from something more horrific that they didn't have to experience in life or something.
Right. Well, was that kid put here to experience either something horrific or die early?
But that's what I'm saying. Death is not that bad. Like, maybe the child was here to change someone else's life.
For sure. Right. But death also has the opposite effect. Death can destroy families, destroy people.
But that might be what needs to happen.
You sound like me.
No, I'm just saying, like, maybe it's not that complicated. Maybe things aren't as bad as we make it. Like, I don't know if we've talked to if we were able to talk to some of our family members that passed, I don't know if they'd be like, I want to come back. I don't know.
Right.
So I don't even want to say that death is horrible.
Right.
You know?
No, I wouldn't say it's horrible. It's just painful temporarily.
For sure.
I was listening to Les Brown. I'm listening to Les Brown.
Listened to him last night.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't send it to you. He has a podcast.
Okay.
But it's only 2020. It was like to get you through everything.
Yeah, okay. I think I
Yes.
saw it.
Okay. And so I've been listening to that every night before I go to bed. But he was just
Okay.
saying like, pain
Mm-hmm.
is like the wind,
Mm.
right? Just as simple as that. Pain's like the wind. It comes and goes. It's gone. Pain is temporary. Pain's like, you know what I mean? It's something that you experience briefly and then it's gone.
Okay.
Pain and anger. He's like, you're choosing to be angry. If someone does something that you don't like, you made the choice to allow yourself to get angry,
Fact.
right?
Fact.
And obviously it's hard you can't temper everything,
Right.
but in general, he was just saying like, don't be so heavy.
Don't harbor on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It'll be past.
Because it's the wind.
Mm.
Comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just as light as the wind. Obviously it's not as light as the wind, but he's saying treat it like it is.
It could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
Exactly. It could be.
Yeah.
Someone cuts you off. Some people flip out like that's
Funny.
the end of the world.
Uh-huh.
Whereas some people might feel that thing. It's like, whatever.
And honestly, it comes with age, because I used to be that person, right? I used to be like, get out of my way. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
And you used to always ask me, you sometimes still do. You'd be like, what are you in a rush for?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But like, I've noticed over time, I'm like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm more likely to just like, who cares?
Right.
You know?
I stopped
yeah.
rushing years ago.
Mm,
Like, because I was like, what? For what?
mm.
Like,
Stop rushing in the physical sense, or?
generally, like, yeah, like, meaning, like, if, let's say driving.
Okay.
Like, just in general, yeah, I just don't. Not that there's no sense of urgency,
Mm-hmm.
but like, you know, some people kind of like rush through life to like you're in a hurry, you're in a rush to get nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are you in a hurry to get to? Like, okay, say I'm in a rush to get this. I don't even know. I'm in a rush to get this McDonald's real quick.
Okay.
But it's like,
Right. Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Like rushing.
Yeah.
The word rush, I feel like could be done away with.
Yeah. And
Just
yeah.
chill. Because I think I was thinking about the concept of time a little bit. Just
Okay.
kind of how like, what is 1 minute? What is 2 minutes? Like if hey, I'll be there in 1 minute. Okay, cool.
If the sun never went down, it would never be nighttime.
Okay.
I thought I was saying something there until it came out, and I was like, didn't catch. All right. But yeah, the concept of time.
You just basically like, you know, like you're putting this extra stress. Like essentially, like when you're rushing, you're stressing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't think that's beneficial at all to anybody. Meaning, like, okay, what if
I
this
see what
email
you're
I
saying.
sent, instead of being sent out 12:30, I got sent out 12:35. Like, what is that difference?
Yeah.
Oh, the person didn't get it, so that way they couldn't tell the next person.
Yeah.
But what was that 5 minutes to them? Like, I just mean, like, what is really the point of? Not saying, I do believe that what's it called? The word when you're always on time, you're punctuality. I think
Yeah.
punctuality is important,
Uh-huh.
but I also believe that like rushing to do things isn't necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, it might hinder what you're trying to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One of my
Sure.
favorite things, I'm sure you could relate, is when you're on the highway, a dude zip, 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 or even on the streets.
oh, yeah.
You end up right next to him at the light, or you exit at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like,
Or you end
he
up passing
got-
them,
They got
'cause
nowhere.
Yeah.
They got nowhere.
Right.
Or like someone honks at you and like does all that extra stuff.
It's
You're
like
like
the kid who rushes to do their homework but get all the answers wrong. But he was first to get his turn his paper in.
That hit home. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's just like little things like that. I just looked at like,
Yeah, it's funny. On my way here, because I know we were supposed to record yesterday, but on my way here, I was like, dang, I'm going to be like 5 minutes late. And something in me was like, it's fine, you know? But like before, I would have been like zipping, like trying to get here at 12. Like, and it's okay. 5 minutes isn't going to make or break anything, you know? I mean, if anything, it'll break something, you know? Shit. You driving, trying to zoop, 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 and ding,
yeah.
you know?
Shit, I guess the only time where it really counts is trying to catch a flight. Really leave your ass.
Well, shit, they have you there, 13 hours early anyways. They be like, you got to be here 2 hours early.
Yeah.
And your flight never, first of all, it's never there when you walk up to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
The plane, you always see it pulling in. They got to clean it.
That's crazy.
They be goofy with that shit. But it is the time when you're like, it'll be fine. I have a lot of time. And you are running. By the time you get all your, go through security and stuff, you're like, wait a
Damn,
second.
this airport's big.
Man.
What was your longest layover?
Oh, probably like 2 hours.
For real?
3. Maybe in like Puerto Rico or something like that when I was going to Anguilla.
Kind of just chilled?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long walk. So, like, by the time you walked all the way over there and picked up some food on the way, you had maybe 30 minutes to eat, and then it was time to, like, start loading up, boarding.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, yeah, it's just weird, man. How, like, you know, you wouldn't want to sit around any other time, but it's like when you're out traveling, you're like, well, it's just part of it. Like, you force yourself to have to kind of sit there. Okay, for me, my longest layover was like 9 hours in Taiwan. Where, like, you know, nothing's in English, and you're kind of just, like, literally, like, no food you really want.
Yeah.
But you're like, well, I'm here.
What kind of food was there in an airport?
Like, Taiwanese, Chinese, like, it was just, like, dumplings and, like, soups.
Okay.
They had, like, sandwiches and stuff like that, but wasn't really into it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just, like, any other time, I'm like, ugh, I have to sit around for 9 hours.
Right.
But when you're out, I guess you sort of look at it almost like a little adventure, right? Because of the circumstances. You're like, I'm in another country, don't know nothing, and I'm here for 9 hours.
I mean, an airport in another country.
Yeah, I guess it's more of an experience than anything.
Yeah.
But
have you ever had a layover long enough for you to leave the airport?
Well, I mean, I could have left the airport for that one, but we were just like, we don't know the place.
Right.
But nah, that was. I had like a 2-hour layover like in El Salvador before.
That's not a long time.
Yeah, no. So 9 hours is probably the longest one I've had. But
okay. Yeah. Maybe it was El Salvador that I had it. Nah, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I went to an airport in the Philippines. It was in. I think the island was called General Santos. It's where Pacquiao lives, or like that's where he's based out of. But the airport, Chelsea, was like a little as big as the garage might be. Like,
stop it,
Chelsea. There's
a 3-car garage.
Outside tarmac, all the concrete, all the asphalt's huge. You're in an airport.
I see what you're saying.
But you land, get off the plane. They put a set of stairs at the front of the airplane and a set of stairs at the back of the airplane. As you exit, you come down those stairs. You're walking on the tarmac. You're looking like, where's the airport? Where's the airport? And you're like, oh, yeah, your luggage is all
the bathroom is the airport.
And that little bathroom over there. That's the airport. And you're like, well, shit. And it's just wild how when you travel, you just experience things just differently.
Yeah.
And you realize how in America, man, everything is just
busy and consumed. Is like money hungry. Have you been to Hawaii before?
No, I've never been to Hawaii. Why?
Well, just because Hawaii is like so slow. Like we just talked about rushing. And Sonny, they're not even rushing to sit you down at your table. They're not rushing to get you your food. They're not rushing to take your order. They're not rushing for anything. Like you'll be like, can I have the check? And they'll bring you the check in 10 minutes. And then they'll come pick it up in 30. Yeah. And it's just like, oh. But in a weird, more peaceful way, it's like, just chill.
That's exactly when I started my non-rush chill thing when I was in the Philippines. 2018.
Okay.
Because that is island life.
Okay.
And like you just described, like, here's your bill. We'll come back in a little while to get it.
Yeah.
No rush to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. But when you have shit to do, right?
But like, you don't have shit to do in Hawaii that's in a rush.
Shit to do, right? That's it. Right. It's like you don't have shit to do. But it's like some people feel like I gotta hurry up and get out of here. This person's taking long to get my check.
But they'll know you're not from there, cause it's like I'm sure there's some type of like you don't even have to rush to get your kids from school or nothing. Like it's just like it was just so peaceful. I remember thinking like this is where I'm gonna retire. And I remember the people I was with. It was like 4 of us, and we all were like talking about getting a house out there. Like when we left, we looked at property and stuff, and then when we left, we were like, do all 4 of us think we can handle it? And obviously no, but we really thought about it because that's how great of an experience and like how chill we felt.
It's funny you say that actually, because it's like I feel the same way, but like when I went to the Philippines. But Cyrus was just in Detroit or Michigan, and then he was saying how when he was out there, he was like, man, I had such a good time. He started like looking at houses to maybe buy out there. But it makes you wonder, like, or is it that everyone is just so used to their day-to-day everything that when they go somewhere else, like, oh, this is either better or because it's different, I like it, maybe I want to try this. But it's like, it seems like the common thing, right? Where when you go somewhere else, you're like, I think I could live here. Yeah. I wonder what that's about.
No, that makes sense. But I think Hawaii is the only place I've been. That I was like, I could
live
do
here.
this.
Yeah,
this is where I want to be. Like Anguilla's nice and everything, but there's not enough. There's no roads, and I don't know if I trust the hospital and things like that.
It's a
little too rural. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But life is precious. So, do you have any bucket list? Do you have a bucket list?
Things I want to do before I die?
Pretty much.
No, I don't have a bucket list.
Okay.
No, maybe one. I probably mentally do, but I never taken the time to write it out.
Okay, so if you could think right now, take your time. What are maybe like 3 things that come to your head that you're like, I want to do this before I'm out this piece? You know what I mean? Or even, I want to do this before my daughter gets older. Whatever. So think on that.
I can tell you. I want to learn how to drift cars.
Oh, okay. You can't do that yet?
No.
Okay.
Not at the level I'd like to.
Okay. Oh, he said I'm trying to drift, baby. Okay, got you. Need for Speed.
I really want to learn how to drift the car.
Okay.
I also really want to just travel more.
Okay.
Yeah, travel more.
Mhm.
Not necessarily like I don't really care.
No specific place, just
Not specifically. I just want to like
experience.
get out and experience what I did a few years ago.
Okay.
Again. And to give you one more, I'd like to. I'd like to have like some kind of like, I don't want to say legacy, but I'd like to leave something. Like when I do leave,
Mhm.
I would like for there to be something remaining for like my family to continue going on with.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's like establish something, establish a
Okay.
legacy or whatever, but
Mhm.
essentially, let me sum it up to this. On my bucket list,
Uh-huh.
on there, I want there to be something that I've done
That keeps giving.
to where when I've passed away,
Mhm.
like 2 weeks later, they're not done talking about me because I was a boring person or I had a boring life. I didn't leave anything behind.
Okay.
Versus like I could be talked about forever. Not that I want to be talked about, but I want to leave something
Yeah.
everlasting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Something timeless.
Yeah.
Something like if they were like, "Oh, he was the world champion bike-a-thon first placer." Or like, "Oh, he was the first man to jump out of a parachute." Something like that.
I don't want to be a first. I don't care about being a first.
Okay.
I'm
He
more so
he
just being
invented electricity.
Maybe like innovation. Like he was an innovator.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He innovated. He created this, that, the third, and that,
Yeah.
and that, and that's why we have this, that, and that.
On some like Walt Disney shit.
Maybe.
Because think about that. Like,
I don't want to be like that either.
what you mean?
I don't want ultra fame.
No, but I wasn't
want
saying
ultra
ultra fame,
success.
but it was like something that like people say his name every single day.
You know who I've been inspired by the last month?
Am I gonna guess them?
Maybe not. No, he's a guy. His name is Blippy. Blippi.
Uh-huh.
Blippy is this dude who created he created a character. He created a kid's educational character. Found him on YouTube on accident. But this dude took a character that he created. He began filming these videos. Basically what he does is he's like, "Hi, I'm Blippy." And he wears like these yellow suspenders. He has blue and orange. That's his colors.
Mhm.
He goes to different places and he like explores the place with you over the screen, right?
Mhm.
And he'll talk about like he'll go to like a fire station. He'll like this is what he'll describe the fire station, fire truck, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And then so the baby loves watching it, like loves watching it, and I enjoy watching them. But I was like, why am I so captivated by this guy, right? Because he's a
Regular
dude
dude.
making like silly
Right.
voices.
Right.
But I then started looking into who he was.
Mhm.
And what I found is that like I began to look back and like you could see his plan. I went back to an old video of his, like because he has this Blippy Instagram, but his real name he has an Instagram too. And so sometimes you can find a little content on YouTube. But basically, years ago, like 3-4 years ago, he takes you to this warehouse that he just got.
Okay.
Right, he was already starting to get some success, so he takes you to this warehouse, and he shows you this really big whiteboard where it had his goals.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he laid out his goals was like, it was very basic and simple and easy to understand. Like, they weren't complicated, right? It was like a bubble diagram. In the middle, he had, goals, and then he sprouted out what he wanted to do. Like, I want distribution. I want distribution through Amazon, this, that, and the third. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, that was 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. Fast forward to now when I'm watching him, but he took you through his warehouse. He's like, I have this room built out because I want it to be an infinity room so that I can create, like, videos with all like, these animated things. And I was like, that's really cool. But then fast forward to now, like, this dude has checked off everything he put on that goal list, right? And I was like, man, it was just inspiring to, like, watch this man. But, like I said, like, you can see the growth. You can see, I was like, oh, shit, he has animated videos now.
You can see the checks happening.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. And I was like, wow. And it's just, like, really inspiring.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because, like, I guess setting up goals, well, for myself personally, like, that's what I haven't done. I haven't said, okay, my 1 year goal is this, my 5 year goal is this. It was his 1 year goals. And I was just like, man, it's kind of frustrating because, like, it's all in my head.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, like, visualize it.
But something about sitting still and writing it down, obviously.
For sure. Because I believe putting pen to paper creates, right?
Oh, for sure.
Manifest.
For sure.
And like, even as I tell you, I've watched this thing and I still haven't done it.
Yeah.
Right? Which is frustrating.
Right.
But I'm sure now I'll actually do it. But yeah, it's just weird how you find inspiration in the most random places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he had an idea.
Blippy out here inspiring these old ass niggas.
For real. And Blippy's worth probably like 40, 50 something $1 million now.
I'm sure.
Like dumb money. And he's a cool little dude.
And all he was doing was taking one step on the ladder each day.
Yeah, that's all it was.
To get to the roof.
That's all he did. Was take one step at a ladder each day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so inspiration's out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I was even gonna say,
I'm in a receptive mode, I think, again.
Oh, you're back. You're on the other side now.
Yeah, I think I'm back.
Okay, but I was thinking about David Goggins. He came across my feed recently.
David
motherfucking Goggins.
I gotta call you out.
Oh God. Now what?
No, you really like David Goggins.
Okay.
You say.
But
I've over the years I've told you several times
to listen to his book. Yeah.
That will be a difference for you. And I keep telling you to read his book. You keep watching his clips, whatever.
I am going to read his book.
Don't read it. Listen. You don't have to read it.
I'm going to listen to it too.
But
I haven't gotten there yet.
I'm just saying.
I am too.
Give it a listen.
I am.
Because as inspired you are by his clips and whatever he says, finding out his story.
But I know a lot of his story because I've watched hours of him, Sonny. It's you. Okay, I'll read his book. I'm going to read his book. That's it. And on that note, it's been another episode of the Coaching Mini Podcast. It's been episode 32. You got your girl, Chelsea. You got my favorite, not so favorite co-host,
Lasani.
And tap in, baby.
Bye.